Hey everyone, and welcome. Can you believe it's almost that time of year again? Open enrollment is just around the corner. So today, we are going to dive headfirst into Investopedia's guide to the absolute best health insurance companies for 2026. My goal here is to help you make a really smart, informed choice without all the usual stress. So let's get right to it. First things first, if you're looking at all this and your head is spinning, you are so not alone. All the jargon, the different costs, the network rules, it is a lot to take in. But don't you worry, we're going to cut right through all that noise today and get you the clarity you're looking for.
Okay, so instead of burying the lead, we're just going to start with the winners. We are cutting right to the chase to show you the top-rated companies that rose to the top after Investopedia crunched all the numbers on cost, coverage, and of course, customer satisfaction.
And here they are. Kaiser Permanente, they're taking the crown for individuals. Now, if you're shopping for the whole family or you really want that flexible PPO plan, Blue Cross Blue Shield is going to be your best bet. Anthem also gets a big shout out for being super affordable for families. And if top-notch customer service is your absolute priority, well, UnitedHealthcare is the one to beat. Now let's dig in and see what makes each of them tick. All right, we're going to go one by one through these heavy hitters. We'll look at the numbers, we'll talk pros, we'll talk cons, and really who each plan is built for. This is where you can start to really figure out which one might be the perfect match for you. First up to the plate is Kaiser Permanente. Investopedia named them best overall, and this is the big one, the most affordable for individuals. So if you're shopping just for yourself and cost is a huge deal, you're going to want to pay close attention here. I mean, just look at the numbers that make Kaiser a standout. That average monthly premium is under $500, and the deductible is around $1,600. Both of those are the lowest in the entire study. The value is just crystal clear. Then you add in that incredible complaint record and, well, it's pretty easy to see why it's a top pick for anyone watching their wallet. So, okay, here's the trade-off. You're getting fantastic prices, you're getting great service, but there are a couple of major catches. First, Kaiser's only an option in 8 states plus DC, and second, on the marketplace, they only offer HMO plans. That means you pretty much have to use their network of doctors to be covered, which, is a big reason they can keep those costs so low. Next on our list is Blue Cross Blue Shield, or BCBS. Now this company is the champion for two really specific groups: families who need coverage that won't break the bank, and anybody who wants the freedom and flexibility of a PPO plan. Now, you might look at the data for an individual and think, whoa, that's way higher than Kaiser. And you'd be right. But remember, the real story here is about families. For them, BCBS actually has the lowest average premiums and out-of-pocket costs. Plus, their complaint record is also really solid. And this slide really just lays it all out, doesn't it? The pros are huge. The best prices for families, available in all 50 states and DC, and they have the biggest PPO network out there. The main downside? Well, if you're shopping for just yourself, it is one of the most expensive options on the table.
All right, let's talk about Anthem. Now, Anthem is a Blue Cross Blue Shield company, but Investopedia looked at them separately because they sometimes compete in the same areas. You can think of Anthem as another really strong, well-rounded choice, especially if you're covering a family and you happen to live where they operate.
Anthem really hits a fantastic sweet spot when it comes to cost. Its individual premiums are way lower than the main BCBS brand, but its costs for families are still some of the best you'll find. And with a totally solid, right-down-the-middle complaint record for a company its size, it proves to be a super reliable choice. So what's the catch with Anthem? Well, the limitations are going to sound familiar, kind of like Kaiser's. Anthem is only available in 14 states, and they don't offer any PPO plans on the marketplace. Instead, you'll be choosing from HMOs, which we've talked about, and EPOs, which are pretty similar but sometimes don't require you to get a referral to see an in-network specialist. All right, on to our final contender, UnitedHealthcare. Now listen, if your number one, top of the list priority is just knowing your insurance company is going to be dependable and easy to work with, this is the one for you. They are the hands-down winner when it comes to customer satisfaction. Now, take a look at the costs. Yeah, they're on the higher side, kind of like Blue Cross Blue Shield for individuals. But the real story, the reason you look at this company is at the bottom of the chart. See where it says far fewer than expected for customer complaints? That is the powerful endorsement of their service that you're paying for. So what exactly are you getting for that higher monthly bill? An amazing service record, they're available in 30 states, and they have some of the best out-of-pocket maximums, which is what caps you spending for the year. But on the flip side, you are looking at those higher initial costs. And, you guessed it, no PPO plans on the marketplace. Okay, we've met all the top contenders.
But to really truly compare them, or any plan for that matter, you've got to speak the language, right? So let's take a second and quickly decode 4 of the most essential insurance terms you absolutely have to know.
First up, the premium. This one's easy. It's your monthly bill. Just think of it like a subscription fee you pay every single month to keep your coverage turned on, whether you actually go to the doctor or not.
Next is the deductible. This is the amount of money you have to spend out of your own wallet on healthcare before your insurance company starts chipping in. It's kind of like the first hurdle you have to clear each year.
Now this is your financial safety net. The out-of-pocket maximum is the absolute ceiling, the most you could possibly pay for your covered medical care in a single year. Once you hit that number, your insurance pays for 100% of everything else. It is what protects you from truly catastrophic bills.
And finally, the big one, HMO versus PPO. Honestly, you can just think of this as a trade-off between cost and freedom. With an HMO, you get those lower monthly bills, but you agree to stay inside their network of doctors and you have to get a referral to see a specialist. With a PPO, you pay more each month, but you get a ton of flexibility. You can see any specialist you want, no referral needed, and you even get some coverage if you go to a doctor who's out of network.
So you've seen the best companies, and you know the key terms. What now? Where do you even begin? Let's switch gears from learning to doing with a super simple 4-step action plan to help guide you through the process.
Let's just walk through this. Step 1. Consider all your options. The marketplace isn't the only place to get insurance, so always check with your job or your spouse's job first. Step 2. Assess your needs and your budget. Be really honest with yourself about your health. Step 3. Use what we just talked about to figure out the right plan type. Are an HMO's savings worth it, or do you need a PPO's flexibility? And finally, Step 4. Apply on time. Seriously, mark your calendar for November 1st to January 15th because you do not want to miss that window. And all of that brings us to the final and most important question, the one that only you can answer. Now that you have the facts, after seeing all the trade-offs, what is your number one priority? Is it keeping those monthly costs as low as humanly possible? Or is it having the freedom and the choices to see the doctors you want? Your answer to that one question, that's your guide.